Talk Show. Your views, your opinions, by the fans, for the fans.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, live on Facebook and recorded ready for tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on 107.5 FM and DAB digital radio at Switch FM, and sponsored by Image Cleaning, and in this month conjunction with Relief. Since the second fixture list came out last year, I look forward to yesterday more than any day of the year. We set off at 9, made our way into Brum, parked in our usual spot inside the cordon, so we knew full well we wouldn't allowed out till 3:30. No bother to me. This is the one I waited so long for. Get out of the car, the first people we meet was a group of police officers dressed in tactical uniform. They saw me, they saw my eldest son, and they saw my beautiful granddaughter, Ava, who was 8 last Wednesday. This was her first ever Derby day. They spoke to us as we went past and smiled, and we spoke back. Nice touch, I thought. Thank you. Up to the Ray Hobro main stand we go, and into bar 8, but the queue was too long. I was already 1 in, 1 out, 2 hours before the game. So we decided to go to our seats, GM up for block 7. No queue at the bar, so a crafty pint before the game started. A fag. That's what I needed right then. But I'd not long before this hauled myself up the 88 steps to get up there, and didn't fancy it again. And the nerves got to me, and down I went, only to find out after all these years there's a lift which takes you all the way back up, apart from 2 flights of stairs. No one has any idea how happy I was then. 3 generations of my family, Derby Day. It doesn't get better than this. We take our seats up 15 minutes before kick-off. Then the moment the teams came out, Ava's face was a picture of the flames bursting out of the boxes, and then the noise, proper noise, St Andrews rocking, just like it should be. Tackles flying in. I'd waited 8 long months for this. And then 10 minutes in, we all know what happened. The one individual who's now in prison for his actions destroyed my 8 months of waiting, took away what should have been the showcase game of the year from every true supporter of the Blues. Please don't think it didn't have any effect on the players, manager, staff and board of our much cherished club. The writing was on the wall for Grealish to score. After the game, I can't move the car for an hour and a half, so off to the club shack with Ava to spend some of the birthday money on 2 Birmingham City dog bowls, one for our new puppy and one for the dog they already have, Elvis. Then waited outside the main stand and got a picture with Ava, with Captain Michael Morrison, the Duke and Shay Adams. She, like all other kids in St Andrews, shouldn't have seen that, but still, after the players wanted to stop and chat and have photos. Mine and your Birmingham City is a proper family club, tainted by one idiot. Sadly, everybody remembers the idiot. And as for the likes of Shearer, Neville and Lee Hendry spouting their mouths off about punishment, points deductions, closed door games, one sentence from me: shut up and mind your own business. We now already have been tried by media, and that is unfair in this country. Why not say I can't comment until the right baddies have carried out their investigations? On with the show.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from...
Well, there you go. Those are my thoughts. Yours, Chris?
The first thing you do is condemn the guy. He's an idiot. He did an idiotic thing, and he's been punished for it. I've seen a lot of people put their 2 pennies worth in. I've seen a lot of people apologise on behalf of Birmingham City Football Club.
Nothing to apologise on behalf of the club for.
I've seen people, having some sort of insane loving with Aston Villa and with Jack Grealish.
Listen,
and defending him all that, they're trying to.
I'm glad the guy was all right, because it could have broke his neck.
And
nobody
he's
wants
lucky.
to football,
He's lucky that the guy didn't punch him, in a worse place. That's for certain. I'm certainly not going into he's lucky the guy didn't have a knife on him, because I could bump into somebody in the street and be lucky they didn't have a knife on them. So I'm not having that at all. He's lucky that the guy threw the punch around the side of him rather than at his head. That's certainly true. And I will condemn the guy who did it.
Too right.
But I am going nowhere near the outrageous levels some people have gone to get retweets, to get likes. I don't know what you're doing it for. I don't know whether you think that somebody's going to come up to you and pat you on the head for being a good boy, for saying very nice things about people. I'm going nowhere near that. I will condemn the guy, A, for running on the pitch, B, for clocking him around the head. It's a stupid, it is a stupid thing to do. It is an illegal thing to do. It's a offence that carries a maximum term of 6 months in jail, and he's got 14 weeks. 14 weeks. So that's the end of it. That is the end of it. I don't need to apologise on behalf of anyone. I don't need to apologise. The club will apologise because they know that they're in trouble, and they know that they have been warned about fan trouble and things like that. The club have done what they have to do. I'm going nowhere near that.
The club, not the club, but some fans comparing it to other incidents. Why?
Because I think you have to. Because the term's unprecedented, and the term's I've never seen anything like it in 40 years of broadcasting Midlands football. I've heard these words, these phrases being used. Wind back 48 hours, not 48 years, 48 hours, and there is a fan fighting James Tavernier at Hibs v Rangers on Friday night. You don't have to go back 48 years to see incidents of fan trouble at football. This is not a Birmingham City issue. This is an issue of a guy who is so riled up by Jack Grealish.
He was there with his dad.
But yeah, what was he, 27? Yeah. Is he 27? I think he is. I read.
Got kids, pregnant girlfriend.
Got a kid, pregnant girlfriend.
Yeah.
And you have been so riled up by Jack Grealish, and there is that much anger inside that person that he wants to go on that pitch and punch him round the head. There is nothing Birmingham City can do. There is nothing any football club can do to stop that man punching Jack Grealish round the head. Nothing.
So it's a Stewart's fault. It's a club fault.
It is the fault of the individual.
Absolutely.
It is his fault for not being in control of his emotions. A lot of occasions when I have watched Jack Grealish play football, a lot of occasions in the first 10 minutes of that game, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I am a passionate Blues fan. I have long since wished somebody had clocked Jack Grealish around the head.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah.
When it actually happens on the pitch, you think, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? There is a guy, and this is something that I think has to be said. 95% of that ground wanted Grealish hurt. When Kieftenbeld went in on Grealish after 5 minutes, that was one of the loudest roars I've heard all season. Me included. He absolutely did him.
Oh, in the first few minutes,
after 5 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
After 5 minutes, Grealish, heavy touch,
Yeah.
Late. Kieftenbeld comes in late.
But unfortunately, isn't that part of our game? But somebody running on the pitch.
Of course it's not.
With who could have had a
part of
knife.
the game.
It's not part of our game.
Of course it's not. It's common assault.
Yeah.
It's got no place in society.
Yeah.
However, it happens every Friday
So I
night
can
in a
understand
pub.
the rule.
It happens every Saturday night in a
I can understand the rule
nightclub.
with Kieftenbeld. Yep.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
It's part of our game.
It is. And this is how 99.9% of football fans in a ground are rational enough to want Grealish to get done, but aren't going to do anything about it. This guy did. And there's nothing any Blues fan or any football club, any football fan in the world could do about a guy being so riled up and out of control of his emotions that he is hell-bent on going and clocking someone round the head. Be it Grealish, be it anybody. Nothing you could do.
No. But he's got problems. This guy who's running.
He has got
mental
no
problems.
control of his emotions. Yeah,
he's got mental problems
because he can't control that anger inside him. That he has to go on the pitch and clock him round the head, and he deserves 14 weeks in jail. And you hope, I'm not holding out any breath whatsoever, but you'd hope he sort of learns something from his time in jail. I'm not holding my breath.
No,
but you'd hope he'd come out and say, well, I don't fancy doing that again, so I might not punch somebody around the head when I get angry again.
You'd hope.
But there is nothing Blues or we could do about it. Nothing. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He deserves 14 weeks in jail. He's got 14 weeks in jail.
Yep.
But your point about ex-footballers, 5 Live reporters, national newspapers, to even suggest that the club is in any way, shape or form at fault here it's so hyperbolic and it's so uncalled for. It's insulting. It's insulting. I feel insulted as a Blues fan. I'm not going to apologise. I'm not going to apologise on behalf of my club. I'm actually insulted that you clueless people who weren't there, who have absolutely no interest in Birmingham City whatsoever, have decided to put your 2 pennies worth in because it gives you the chance to sensationalise something and sell a few newspapers or get a few people watching a video on Twitter.
Do you feel embarrassed?
No.
Do you feel ashamed?
I do not feel embarrassed to be a Birmingham City fan. I do not feel embarrassed to be connected with Birmingham City. I'm not ashamed to be a Blues fan.
Do you feel embarrassed by the action of some Blues?
By one, yes. By 1 out of 26,000, yeah. Yeah, yes.
Am I embarrassed?
Embarrassed about his actions, yes.
I'm embarrassed for him.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for his family, for his pregnant wife, for his dad that went along with him. I'm embarrassed for his family. I'm not embarrassed. I've got nothing to be embarrassed about. Mm-hmm. I've got nothing to be ashamed about.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. If people want to get on their high horse...
That's at club level, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there is no other level. What is the other level? Like humanity. Because you go down any high street on a Friday night and be embarrassed at humanity, at the state of humanity. If you want to go out to a nightclub on a Friday or Saturday night and see the state of some of the people in nightclubs and pubs,
well, I worked in for 40 odd years.
You'd be embarrassed every single day. You'd be ashamed to be a human being if you're that concerned about the way another human being behaves. If you haven't ran on the pitch,
no, I've got no
you
intention.
haven't clocked somebody round. You haven't clocked the professional footballer around the head.
No. I saw the cut the Duke had afterwards, though. He had a foul one. He had an elbow.
Well, we'll discuss the game in a bit. You know, he got a bit of treatment, but listen, we started the show talking about this guy. That he is one guy. This is not a football problem.
It's a social problem, isn't it? Yeah. A society.
Is it a social problem? Because 7 years ago, a Leeds fan ran on the pitch and punched Chris Kirkland, the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper, in a local derby. So a society, society hasn't changed dramatically over 7 years.
No.
Whether it's 1910 or 2010, if somebody is that angry at somebody that they want to go and punch them in the head, there's not a lot anybody can do about it.
Can I just say something to that as a sort of non-football fan? It's not a society problem. And it's definitely a football problem because it doesn't happen anywhere else.
It does. It happens in pubs and nightclubs.
Now I'm talking about
single Friday and Saturday night.
Obviously, that is a societal problem, but it doesn't happen at rugby, for instance.
Rarely.
In fact, in rugby, fans sit together. And they're still banter.
They fight each other, and everybody lets them get on with it because then they all hug each other after 5 minutes.
That happens on the pitch.
Great Sheffield from Lindsay Phillips. Not sure what others think, but I say well done to the steward that ran after that guy who punched Grealish and tackled him down. Yeah, just doing his job, but even with the Villa players trying to pull him off so they could get to the guy. He stood his ground and done his job. Yeah, hands up and absolutely well done to that guy. He was on.
Well done to the guy who got him.
Yeah.
Questions to the 40,000 stewards who were in that corner.
Well,
The corner where you know if there is going to be trouble, it's going to come from that corner.
Apparently, right, there were several people standing up through the game on that flat piece in between the main stand and
that needs looking at. That area needs looking at, because that happens a lot. You would have no problem walking between the main stand and the Tilton on that flat bit in that corner. That bit needs looking at.
And I did notice there seemed to be very few police officers in and around the ground at that time.
In the first 10 minutes, there wasn't many. As soon as that happened, they all come flooding in. Now, whether that was a tactical thing where we won't have a police presence to try and calm people, because if you'd have, as soon as kick-off comes, 50 police come down every staircase, it riles people a little bit. I don't know whether that was a tactical measure or not, but
I don't know. I'm sure when our friends from West Midlands Police come again, they'll be able to answer some questions. But it would be unfair for us to kind of speculate at this time. So what I'm not going to do, Gary Neville, or an Alan Shearer, or a Lee Hendry.
There is very too much overreacting. Full stop.
It's been one of the biggest overreaction, but and I think this is a social media thing where it's sort of becoming a little bit like this, that everything that happens
here we go
on live TV because of social media now, it's 50 times worse than it was 20 years ago.
Nathan Anderson, it happens at horse racing. Oh yes, it does. Of course, it's the Midlands Grand National next week in
Don't consider horse racing a sport.
The pubs
50-man brawls at pub meeting, horse racing meetings.
Also, have
every
a look
week.
That brilliant sporting event that I put on Twitter last week. Of the Shrove Tide football game.
That's not a sport.
It's classed as a sport.
It's legalised. That is legalised common assault.
It was just brutality. And the
it's
police
legalised common assault.
Yeah.
And what and this is important. I have to get this across. There is no condoning the guy. He is an idiot. He is a grade A idiot, and he will. Whatever time he spends in jail, he deserves jail time for what he did. It was a cowardly act.
Yeah.
But this is not the worst thing that has ever happened in the history of the world. By any stretch of the imagination.
But it's one of the worst things that's ever happened at St Andrews.
No.
I
disagree.
It's one of the worst. That's what I've just said.
Possibly,
It's one of the worst things.
It's not the worst. It's not the darkest day that has ever come across St Andrews.
I don't think anybody's ever said
people have died at St Andrews.
But I don't think anybody's been saying that it is the worst thing.
I've seen countless comments. The worst thing I've seen in 40 years going down. The darkest day in Blues history.
I haven't seen that, no.
I've seen similar
a lot of people asking who else is in the studio. We're very, very pleased to welcome, I can't remember his name now.
Cheers. Thanks, Alice.
He's actually come for some practice because
you're doing the Speedway.
We start Speedway tomorrow.
So he's come to update himself.
He's forgotten what to do.
But anybody that's in here is allowed to have a voice.
No fighting at Speedway, by the way.
Sorry about the
not
voice,
true.
I know. I have seen some fights. I know. Actually,
but they don't go on the track and try to clobber the riders. Because they get run over. But
Dennis says it kicks off at the International Wife Carrying Contest every year.
I wouldn't know.
He obviously goes.
Yeah. I'm sure he has a lovely time.
Can I just say about it being an overreaction that 2 other incidents happened over the weekend.
Yeah, we said yeah.
And it's this incident, and Birmingham City has a reputation, and whether that's deserved or not.
It's because of the fixture it is.
Yeah,
that's why it is.
Yeah, and Tracy also said, "What about the villain running at Savage? Remember that when he slipped up and couldn't quite get to Savage?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen.
And what about the Villa fan who took a 6-inch knife in with him a couple of weeks ago?
I've heard that. I've seen that put about. I didn't know anything about that until people are saying it. But listen, the one in 2003 at Villa Park, was. I don't think I've feared, being at a game more than that one. That was, people talking about poisonous atmospheres that you've got now. It's nothing. The two fixtures in 2002, 2003 were absolutely vile, really, really nasty, horrible atmospheres.
I know, it's funny.
And it was really, that was dark. That was a really. How old I was? Looking at 13, around about 13 years old I was. And you go to those games and you're like, okay, whoa, I get this fixture now. This is nothing now. Honestly, if you've been going for over 10 years, the overreaction for yesterday because of one guy is completely over the top.
Yeah, and Adrian Glenn says talk about overreaction. David Cottrell's proposal of bringing armed police into.
I mean, what is going on?
That's stupid.
Armed police at football. I mean, Martin scores that goal at Wembley, and the whole crowd are going mad, and half of them are popped out by a sniper in row Z.
Good call here from Simon GB. You can't plan for the actions of a lone wolf scenario.
But
and you can't.
That's the point.
You can't.
And this is a point, I'm not going to get political, but, only idiots broke windows of corner shops owned by Muslims when an Islamist extremist happens. When an Islamic extremist decides to kill people, only idiots blame all Muslims. When one person runs on a pitch and punches Grealish, only idiots accuse Birmingham City Football Club supporters and Birmingham City Football Club.
Yeah. Lindsay Phillips, another great call here. Grealish reacted exactly how I tell my lad to in a game. Get them where it hurts and put the ball in the back of the net.
I am the last thing I'm going to do on this show is praise him, right? Because I detest the ground he walks on.
Me too.
Right? But if that had been Che,
Yeah.
I'd build a statue outside St Andrews for him because he's done exactly what they would want him to do.
It pains me to say it, and I hate Grealish more than anybody else, but I think his conduct was spot on. I've got to say it was.
I'm not going to say it. Whatever.
But he could have been so worse.
What I'm saying, if the shoe's on the other foot,
Yeah.
he's an absolute hero, and he's an absolute hero to them.
He was a hero all wrong reasons, unfortunately.
I've heard
Yeah.
all over the weekend, well, certainly since yesterday, on every news stream, on every Facebook page, on every Twitter feed that I possibly can get. So let's talk about the game.
It won't take long. It was an absolute dog with fleas.
Yeah, it was rubbish.
First 10 minutes, and maybe that's his fault. Maybe that's another reason to absolutely throw the book at this guy as Blues fans, because for 10 minutes the atmosphere was pretty good.
It was electric, wasn't it?
There were challenges flying in. We were booing and whistling every time a Villa player had the ball, and then that happened. And you might as well have called half-time then, because nothing of any relevance happened whatsoever.
So I'll just read this one quick. Steve Wood said Vinnie Jones was spot on today, saying not Birmingham City's fault, only the idiot's fault.
Yeah.
And that comes from
That's
Vinnie
what
Jones.
Vinnie Jones has said then, yeah.
And that comes from Vinnie Jones.
Yeah. But as far as the game goes, first half after that incident was a complete non-entity. The only important thing that happened in that first half was Clifton Bell getting yellow carded. As soon as David Davis gets that yellow card in the second half, that's their game plan sorted. Yeah. That means they can make the attacking change. They brought McGinn on.
He changed the game, didn't he?
McGinn was the only person. It took an hour for somebody to look like that they could pass a ball to one of their teammates, and that was McGinn. Yeah. The second he came on, they had an attack and Harding cleared it off the line.
Unfortunately, was with a lot of Villa fans, and they did say to me, "You wait."
I was stunned. I was stunned not to see him start.
Yeah.
Right, here's one thing I'm going to say. Right, if you're on this stream, please do not use any foul or disgusting language. We have children who listen and watching. So please do not swear.
Unless
or
it's
else you
about
will be-
Grealish.
Or else you will be bounced.
It's a grown-up
You will be
page.
bounced.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, but I was stunned not to see McGinn start as soon as he come on. And actually, when you look back at it and you think about it now, it seems like a reasonable thing that was probably their game plan, that they'd hold McGinn back as long as possible. They'd wait for our two central midfielders to be booked. And that was the game done for them because we couldn't touch them. So McGinn comes on, Grealish moves into a more advanced role, and we cannot touch them. And they just started breezing past us at ease because Keith Bell couldn't touch them, Davis couldn't touch them because they were being red carded. The way they were hounding the referee time after time for every single challenge. If Keith Bell or Davis would have touched one of their players again, they'd have been round that referee asking for a red card. And it made the game so easy for them. And you can see that with Grealish's goal. The amount of room he gets. But it's a mad panic because there's two central midfielders know they can't touch him, and then he gets to the edge of the area, so defenders can't touch him because he'll go down and win a penalty. Game plan done for them. And as soon as they get that goal, we'll just shut up shop then and try and keep the ball.
Hotter didn't really show up much yesterday either.
Nobody did. Che gets a 7 for his unbelievable work rate, and another example of the incredible strength he's got.
And Mags as well. Mags was...
Magoma was poor. Kivton Bell's out of the game after 5 minutes.
Davis.
Davis isn't fit.
He's not
He
fit.
got himself about a bit, but he's not. He's clearly not fit enough. Hotter, first 5 or so minutes looked like he might be able to threaten Neil Taylor, and then disappeared into thin air. And that was unfortunately that was the way the game went. And
I think we've got what we've got is what we've got.
And of course, unfortunately,
It's not a
with
big
the
squad.
Craig Gardner situation, Davis had to start really.
Gary,
And he's-
yeah.
Gary.
And
Davis,
Davis.
and he's still not fit.
It was either Davis or Craig Gardner, and he went with Davis, and he probably thought I will get an hour, 65 minutes out of Davis, and we'll see where we are then. We'll see what we need to do then. By that point, unfortunately, they score just around about the 65 minute mark. And I felt for him because he'd already made the changes with the wide men. He'd already replaced both wide men for Marabsi and Mahoney. And then they go 1-0 up. But he has to change that midfielder. I've got so much sympathy for him because I bet he was on that bench absolutely desperate to put Vassell on. Desperate to give Vassell a run for 15 minutes. He just couldn't because they were keeping the ball so easily, and we could not touch him in that midfield. He had to bring Gardner on, and the irony is the guy he brings on to give us a little bit, try and get a little bit of control back, is the guy that should have snuck a point for us twice.
And of course, without doubt, there was a definite penalty call on in the last couple of minutes.
8 times out of 10, it's a penalty. 150 times out of 10, if it's not inside the area, he gives a free kick. It's one of them. It happens quite a lot. If it's in the area, the referees don't like to give it. If it's anywhere else on the pitch, it's obviously a free kick, so they give it. I thought it was a penalty at the time. Unfortunately, Adams has got developing a little bit of a reputation, unfairly in my opinion, but developing a little bit of a reputation that he goes down easily and tries to win free kicks and penalties, like getting his body in the way and then going down, which he did. But the thing is, he can get his body in the way, but if the defender still then decides to grab hold of him, it's a penalty. So he tries to get his body in a way to try and get the defender to do something. If the defender does something, he's earned that penalty. It should be a penalty.
Yeah.
But the way the game went.
A good shout out from Luke Smallwood. Keith getting booked early on was always going to happen. 4 minutes in for a silly challenge on Grealish.
25,000 Blues fans in the stadium, and every one of them went up with a massive roar as soon as Keith Bell did that, including me, right? Because it's a derby and it's Grealish, and Keith Bell's done him. Get in. Go on, Keith. 10 seconds later, you think, you idiot.
Yeah.
That is exactly what you
That's
didn't
what he
want.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did not want. I said on last week's show,
Yeah.
nobody touched Grealish for
Yeah.
20 minutes. Nobody do anything. See what he does. You know, let's see him panic because nobody's touching him and he can't win free kicks. But in the heat of a derby, and the fans are cheering every touch Blues make and booing every touch Villa make, you know, and he bought it. Do you know, I'm convinced he miscontrols them. I don't want to spend the whole night talking about the idiot, but I'm convinced Grealish deliberately miscontrols balls to invite challenges. I'm convinced he's that good on the ball that he deliberately miscontrols it so people
I know
foul
what
it.
you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? I'm convinced by it. But anyway, Clifton
much.
Bell does him, and for 10 seconds we absolutely love it, and then it suddenly dawns on you that that's Clifton Bell out the game. You know, he might as well not play
So
now because
he's good at making himself look crap, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what, he's good at inviting people to foul him, which is his whole purpose on life is to win fouls and get people in trouble.
And well done to Linda Magna. Camp did some good saves. Fair, I'd say.
Do you know what? He actually looked like he commanded his area a little bit better. He didn't really have many saves to make. The one in the first half with El Ghazi pretty much scuffed it straight at him. I can't remember a real save he had to make in the second half, but he looked a little bit more commanding from crosses. But just generally, I'm not going to fault their work rate. I'm not going to fault their desire. But quality-wise, just not enough people were on it on the day.
And a message from Pat Begley. Nick, you are saying to be nice on here, yet Chris is saying he hates a player.
I do
Not
hate a player.
Not a good example. You hate him as a footballer, not as a human being.
Well, he doesn't know him. You don't know him. You don't know
I
him.
don't know him as a
Therefore, you
human
can't
being.
hate him as a human being.
As a footballer, there is nobody I detest more. Nobody I detest more than him.
Yeah, poor Gill losing Colin hurt us, and I think the Monk would have played Wes in midfield.
I don't think he would. I think he'd have played. I think he was always thinking of playing Davis. Hence why he played Davis at Hull. You know, just to get some minutes in him because I think he wanted to play him against Villa. He definitely would have played Colin. And in an attacking sense, it might have made a little bit more of a difference. I can't fault Harding really too badly on a defensive side. He got forward a couple of times in the first half, but like I said, just generally we weren't good enough.
No.
We weren't good enough on the ball to trouble them. And the irony is we were pretty abject on the ball for about 80 odd minutes. And we should have snuck a point.
I'm a little bit behind on all the comments. There's just so many coming in. But a good message here from Steve Portman. Positive from Sunday. Level playing field attended before the match to highlight positives for disabled supporters to improve access for supporters. So that's one good thing. Yeah. Chris McKenzie thinks that Keith may be out of the next game. Don't know how many's amassed.
It might be his 10th booking, so he might be out the next two, but I'm not sure.
Please keep the comments coming in, but I can't possibly read them. There's that many comments through. Adrian Glenn wants to know, who do you hate more, Bonahor or Grealish?
Grealish was born to anger Blues fans. That is the whole purpose of his existence on this planet, is to wind up Blues fans.
It's the Grealish show.
Yes, it is the Grealish show. Welcome.
And can we get off him? I don't want to talk about him. I absolutely cannot stand him.
Rainer says hate's a strong word. We'll stop having a go at Mr. Pugh now. Disappointed though, to be honest. You know.
Hate is hate.
That's what he was saying yesterday.
All right, but we'll leave that. We'll move on.
He hates us.
Yeah, Kate Stanley, I did hear who.
Yeah, he hates this show. He said it in his interview afterwards.
Invite him in.
Yeah, get stuff.
Dear. Has anybody spoken to Gary Monk about it? No, we've heard the statement from Gary Monk, but I think what's probably gone on today is the FA have probably been in touch on one thing or another, but we have to leave it there. There's no good of speculating on what might or what might not. Unlike the BBC and Sky TV, who seem to relish in it, but there you go.
They are not going to dock us points.
Right, okay. Well,
They are not going to dock us
I'll clip that
points. This is not the first time.
I'll clip that bit.
Go on then.
I have.
They are not going to dock us points. This is not the first time a fan has ran on the pitch and assaulted a player. And no,
It's Birmingham City.
Eric Cantona kung fu kicked a supporter and nothing happened.
It's Birmingham City.
This is not going to affect anything that the EFL decide to do to us. We will not be docked points for this incident.
Who do you hate more, Grealish or Ndoye?
Grealish.
Hey, right, a question's just come in now. Linda Magna, great question, Linda. Thank you very much for this one. Do you think the low mood and the bad press will interfere with the Millwall game?
No, because football moves on so quickly, and we'll go into the Millwall game, and if we have a good start and get an early goal, then we're back to where we were.
And Adam Wilkes says he thinks you're going to clip that bit.
Shall I clip that bit? I'm going to clip that bit where he says...
Okay, Jez McDonough, here's a serious question. What can Blues do now to sort out the security?
There is...
Well, listen, wait.
There is nothing Blues can do. No, because it's... What can we do to cure AIDS?
Ray said he got...
What can we do to cure AIDS?
Ray said he got searched 4 times. Yeah, I had the customary...
Yeah, I had a gentle pat down.
And
If I
yet-
had
That's
something,
because they know who you are.
if I had something in my sock, I'd have got it in. But I haven't.
Flares were got in from the opposing end.
Yeah, and what?
Smoke bombs. I hate them damn things. I really can't stand them. They stink. Even my granddaughter was holding the nose. Shouldn't
There
have to
is
be.
nothing you can do. There is nothing you can do. Have metal detectors outside if you want, and make people strip search or airport security. Do whatever you want. You will not stop if somebody is hell bent on running onto a pitch to punch someone. They will do it.
All right, we're moving on. Tom Gent. Well, let's move on to Saturday's Flag Day at Preston North End. The police there have been absolutely positive towards us for the weekend.
Not now, they won't.
No, actually, today I've seen tweets from their police unit today.
Yeah,
right?
well.
Today, welcoming Birmingham City supporters for the weekend, this, that and the other, right? And they have been very positive. That's all I'm going to say. Is I've seen them with my own eyes.
Okay.
So yeah, Flag Day. The flag's on Saturday, of course. Unfortunately, as it's Midlands Grand National in town, I've been seconded to work. I can't get out of it, so I can't go. But the flags, each one of those flags there will represent somebody that you know that has passed away as a Blues fan, and I think that's an absolutely wonderful thing to do.
Yeah, it was a brilliant idea from Anthony when he came in. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Explained it all. Yeah.
Yeah. So get your flags out and get up there and make it a scene, make it a proper Blues scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think the game will be affected on
I don't think
Wednesday.
so.
In what way is it going to be affected? It's another football game.
Yeah, we've got to move on.
You know,
with this.
people
We
will
go
turn
again.
up to watch Blues like they do every week,
Yeah. That's right, yeah.
and there'll be 90 minutes of football played.
Yeah,
And I don't know what more.
I think Millwall will definitely turn up to watch Blues.
Yeah, well, a few of them will.
Oh, yes,
Some
most
of them will
definitely.
definitely.
They'll
And a
be
few
loving
Blues
it.
might turn up to watch Millwall as well.
They'll
well,
be
James
loving
Weir's
it,
asking,
yeah.
do Blues employ the stewards directly, or are they provided by suppliers? Some of the
Ooh, I
stewards
think
are
they are.
employed by Birmingham City
I think
Football
they are,
Club,
yeah. Is it
and
K2?
the
Some are,
majority are K2,
Yeah.
Yeah, a private firm.
private
Yeah.
firm K2. I'm just going to really try and get to the Millwall game on Wednesday. I really want to go there. I don't. Got me someone asking and begging and one thing and another. So I probably will get there. To be fair, it's just picking him up from Derby and then going on. But, we're moving on. You're going to clip that bit.
I'm going to clip that bit.
Yeah, 10
I'm gonna
past
clip
8
it.
already. 10 past 8 already, mate.
Yeah.
We've hardly glossed over it.
Right, okay, don't forget, guys, all you got to do is share this on your personal Facebook stream to be in with a chance next week for a prize. We've got some prize winners coming out very shortly. Have all prizes from last week gone out, Chris?
They have all prizes. I'm
all
on top
prizes have
for the change.
been delivered,
Yes.
so that's absolutely wonderful.
We'll do a draw in a bit, actually.
Can I ask a question about Sunday?
course
You
you
were
can.
there.
Yes, I was.
Did you see the incident in the 10th minute? Did you see it happen?
I had taken my eye off of that area,
Yeah.
right, and my son was stood next to me,
Yeah.
and my granddaughter, yeah,
Yeah.
and I won't repeat the words he just said. What he did say, and he said
Yeah.
has just run on the pitch and laid Grealish out.
Right.
And I looked round as I could see him being marched off, blowing kisses to the crowd. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Did you?
I didn't see it.
You didn't cheer?
What?
Didn't give a little cheer?
You what?
No.
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not. Do you know what I said? Right, I turned to my son and I said, "We are absolutely, as a club now." That's the only thing I said, mate. I said, "This is," and I haven't. No,
Because I have an issue with their manager.
I did cheer when Tilton Bell took Grealish out in the 4th minute.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
I did. Right.
Yeah.
Didn't hurt him. You could see what he was going to do.
Yeah.
You could see the trickery that was going on right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Can I give you the reality?
To see Grealish go down on the floor for me was a laugh. You know, it was a bit. It's all
Yeah.
part of that derby.
Isn't it
experience.
brilliant? Yeah.
Right.
Can I give you the reality?
Go on.
Tilton Bell's challenge probably hurt more than the guy did.
Probably did. To be fair.
Now listen. My point is, their manager inflamed the situation by claiming 15,000 fans cheered the fact that somebody ran on that pitch and punched Grealish.
I did hear some cheering.
I cheered.
Not 15,000.
Do you know why I cheered? Because it went out for a corner and I wasn't looking at the incident. I turned to the guy next to me to talk about Wes Harding at right back. So the incident's over there. I'm talking to the guy next to me here. All of a sudden, everybody's cheering. And I'm like, okay, what's happened? The whole, the Tilton has cheered. Grealish is on the floor, and there's a steward on the pitch. Now, I have no idea what's going on.
So you didn't see the incident?
I didn't see the incident at all.
I did at half time.
I turn, Grealish is on the floor, I'm up. I am up, and I am bellowing.
But you bellowed in error.
Did I? Yeah. Okay. I bellowed in error because if I saw somebody punch someone in the street, I probably wouldn't jeer and tell the guy to get up. But that's how things can be misconstrued. And Dean Smith says it in an interview, and people pick up on that.
Yeah.
Important people pick up on that
in the news, in the spotlight,
and they say, Why can't you punish Birmingham City fans if they found what this guy did hilarious? And we didn't find it hilarious. We're condemning it to as brutally as possible. But this is what when you're in that derby environment and you don't see what happens, and other people cheer, and the guy you absolutely detest is on the floor. What do you want? This isn't a silent environment. It's not a snooker hall. Things like this are going to happen. And I felt Dean Smith's comments actually are very, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah. And to call them 15,000 idiots as well.
Idiots.
There weren't 15,000 people cheering. I heard people cheer.
No, I heard people cheer, which is why I turned around.
Because I could see the corner of the main stand where they marched him out.
Yeah.
Right. And the moron was blowing kisses as he was going off.
Yeah.
I could see a lot of people cheering for the fact that he was being carted
I don't know
off.
whether they were clapping
do you know what?
because they got him off the pitch.
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah, and I think
that corner, there was probably 50% of fans who, there's a guy blowing kisses to, they might not even have seen what he did, but they see a guy being dragged off the pitch, blowing kisses, so they give him a big cheer. And there's 50% who did see what he did and want him off the pitch, and they're cheering the fact that the steward's hauling him off the pitch. You don't know the situation. Don't say things like 15,000 idiots are cheering the fact that he's punched him around the head. Because it's dangerous.
Oh, can I just put in quickly? I'd forgotten we've got another draw as well for the Excessive Blues. I've got the I've got it all here.
Go
so
through all the details.
You don't know the numbers or the names, do you? So we'll ask one of you to pick a number.
Oh, and by the way, can I just say live on air that I found, we were reaching through the cupboards last night, and I found 4 of the scratch boards that we had a couple of years ago when we did the
yeah.
So I've still got 4 of them to do. So
right.
All right. So I might see if I can get rid of them this weekend.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, yes.
We'll do that in a bit if you like.
Talk about the draw then.
I don't know much about it except that it's I believe it's for a signed
calendar. Or
signed calendar.
It's for a signed calendar, and this is it is a scratch card, isn't it, Chris?
Yep.
Yeah. So if I have it here and just
No, it's not a scratch card. No, I've got all the names and the numbers
I've got,
on a
yeah.
piece of paper.
Yeah.
You don't know them.
I don't know.
You don't know them.
I
So
absolutely don't know.
I want you to pick a number from, and I'll get it back
Why
up.
don't I just?
But having said that,
Dave?
I think I bought one of the numbers.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
What are the
Then.
numbers?
Is this the one that
What
was for a
are the
fiver?
numbers from to?
I'll just tell you in a
And I'll-
second.
and I'll
Sorry, I've
Write them all down,
lost it
and we'll
now.
put them in the cup, and you can draw it out.
Yeah, I think draw.
That's
is
a good
better.
idea.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it at that then.
See, okay.
Yes, because if I picked out my number, then I'd love the sign calendar on my wall in my shrine. Don't get me wrong, but I think it would be a little bit wrong of me to pick my own number out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think people might be asking questions. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
No, I'd ask questions if it would happen the same way around.
Some of them haven't got.
For a signed
Right. Excuse me. Millwall Tuesday night, Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, yeah.
That's when the score will be for that. We've got to get back on track.
We've got to bounce, and it's a really good opportunity to bounce back. They've just lost at Bolton this weekend, which will be a really disappointing result for them. They're looking over their shoulders, concerned about relegation. However, the teams that have come to St Andrews this season with that attitude of we'll sit back and keep it tight have predominantly done pretty well. We've got to show a little bit more tempo and intensity in the attacking third. Hopefully Che and can get a goal, another couple of goals to add to his tally that he deserves. Like I said, his work rate on Sunday, I don't think he deserved to be on the losing team at all. But I think, it's important how we start. If we start the game well, if we start the game on the front foot, then the crowd will get behind them, and hopefully you pick up 3 points on Wednesday and things look a little bit rosier than they do now.
Steve Portman's just confirmed that it's a signed annual, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Sorry?
Steve Portman's just confirmed that it's actually a signed
annual.
annual.
A signed annual, yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that, Steve. Yeah. So, win, lose or draw for you?
We'll beat
Not number
2-0.
That's got to come out.
I can see him scoring, but I'll get this 2-1. Stephen Lowe, if you don't, can you knock him out, mate? If he carries on.
Who is it? I'm sorry, I'm
Stephen Lowe.
Stephen Lowe.
I won't have it on here, not at all.
I like it.
Well, I don't.
Some of the nicest things anybody's ever said about me. So
Yeah, Nathan Anderson's going 3-1 to Blues. Keep right on. Nice one, Nathan. Let's hope that we get that way. And Vassal to start, maybe.
What's that?
Do you know what? Yeah, I think I would be tempted actually.
Yeah.
I think I'd start him instead of Djukovic, and then if we need Djuki on in the last 20 minutes, give us a chance. But yeah, I think Vassell's earned a start. I think the two wide men that finished the game on Sunday should probably start as well. I thought Mahoney's delivery looked good, and Marabti, another chance to get some minutes under his belt would be good as well. And obviously we got Gardner back. So.
Yeah, Stephen Gill's going 2-1 to the Blues. Adams and finally the Duke. And Benji Smith's going for a 1-1 draw. 3-1 to the Blues for Linda Magna. Nice one. Let's hope it would be nice to get a few goals under our belt. Ray Price 2-0. Blues new game next one. Yeah, not Magoma. It's going so fast. Thank you. 2-1 Lucy Williams and draw from Steve Portman. However, as I need to get this sorted out, mate. I can't read them. They're going that fast. From John Moore, Monkas to pick the right side. Jota and Mags are the weak links in the team. Sunday, Vassalis to start with Marabti and Mahoney. Otherwise, this has Bolton written all over it.
You don't want that. You don't want the frustration that happened at Bolton, where you're struggling to break them down and things like that. Which is why I think the start is so important. You want a quick start. I think Hotter and Magoma as weak links is a little bit harsh. They've played their part this season, but at the moment, I think the two men that finished the game on Sunday are in slightly better form than those two. Especially Hotter on the right hand side. I think against someone like Millwall, I think they'll be aiming to double up, treble up on Hotter, which might not get the best out of him. So. And it's a good option to have off the bench. Bringing someone like Hotter on against tired legs would possibly be more beneficial than starting him. So,
yeah, and Tom Shakespeare says, I hope we don't go into the game with the mindset we had against Bolton. Matt Brown 2-0 Blues. Wednesday, keep right on. Blues win any way possible from...
And that's an important thing. You're looking at intricacies and what we could possibly do. Just win it. If we come out of that ground on Wednesday night having won 1-0 because Harley Dean scored a header that he didn't mean to in the last minute, then absolutely brilliant. Because we've got the 3 points and it can give the players a little bit of a lift because they looked a bit dejected on Sunday, not getting anything from the game. So just to give them a bit of a boost, get the 3 points and get moving back on in the right track for Saturday.
Paul Gill's going 5-0 time we spank someone at home. I've been saying that for a while. Jason Drennan 3-0 Blues. Jerry Smith 3-0 Blues. So there's quite a few people going with some quite high scores here.
Kevin French 1-0 Blues.
Yeah. Mick Jane, sorry, I'm a bit worried about our midfield. Keepton Bell suspended. Good to have Gary Gardner back, but with Craig Gardner and an unfit Davis, it concerns me that we'll be weak in the central areas.
Maybe that's an option for Hotter then. Maybe if Millwall aren't going to Millwall aren't going to come and try and batter the door down against us. They're going to keep it tight and try and be as solid as possible. So maybe it's Hotter in the middle alongside Gardner and Vassell and Adams up front, and you've got a little bit more creativity in the middle then. Obviously Gardner's going to have to do a bit more work than he would do if Kieftenbeld or Davis was alongside him, but like I said, Millwall aren't going to come and try and play us off the park.
No.
So maybe that is an option. Hotter inside in the middle.
Kevin French has got Mahoney, Vassell, Adams and Marabti. Craig Courtney 2-0 Blues, 2-1 Blues from Lawrence Harvey. Jay Raisey 2-1 Blues. Remember, you heard it here first. It'd be nice to shut them up by jumping above them while Forest get a result from Ian Clayton.
How about 3-5-2 says Wazza as well?
Yeah, do you know what? That's a really good point. Obviously, depends if Colin's fit. You want to wait for Colin to come back, but you look at Wes Harding as a player. You just feel he's made for.
He was a monster.
He's made for a back three.
Yeah.
He's got the pace. If he wants to step out, he can. But he's got the pace to get back. He's got the physical strength. I think a back three with him alongside Dean and Morrison could be possible with the way we set up. Colin right, Pedersen left, and then you've got the ability to lighten up a little bit in the midfield and still have two up front.
Yeah, Linda Wagner says Harding played really well. I thought him and Camp were men of the match. I thought so too.
Adams was, for me, still the standout.
Yeah, and Kev Consent, it's a season-defining game. Must win to push on, lose, and we can limp into April, May. Blues need a spark. It's gone off the boil.
We do need, and it's not lack of effort, lack of energy from the players. They still look up for it. They still look. They're still trying. It's
and
just
that squad's it's not a massive squad.
You are asking so much of them. You joke about it, but their best player on the park on Sunday, they bought him in January in Mings, the centre half. It's a Premier League defender on about 70 grand a week. We haven't got, we haven't been able to do that. We haven't got the capability to do that this season. And you're asking the players that play week in, week out to keep going to the meal every week. And again, 3 games in a week this week. It's it is tough going. But they're not showing signs that they're running on empty. They're not showing signs that the tempo or the desire is waning. It's just that little bit of quality at the moment.
Yeah, Paul Gill, Millwall knew the points they can't afford to come for a draw.
I think there's a difference between coming for a draw and going hell for leather.
Yeah.
I think they'll understand. They'll probably analyse that Bolton game where Bolton come to us and won. They'll see how Bolton defended, to see how they were solid and resolute, and rely on set pieces and try and hit us on the counter. But I can't see him coming 2 men up front and trying to batter us. Certainly not.
Can you nip your mic down while you're folding paper?
Yeah, I know. It's off there.
Oh, you'd only get it on the Tilton Talk Show, don't you, mate? How about 3-5-2 from Wazza?
Yeah, we just said that. Yeah,
So
the hard
that'd be
in
the
at the
ideal.
back three. It's possible. It's an option that we could use. Yeah.
And Eamon Cole is saying, hey, BBC guys saying we have to ban Birmingham fans home and away. Just like to say, let the EFL and the FA go through the motions, and I just don't take any notice of the BBC. I'm done with them.
To even
FM's the way
suggest it,
forward. Switch
to even
FM.
suggest it, man, it's honestly.
Pete Taylor says, I think everyone is expecting too much of Davis. I think so too. Yeah. He's not our saviour.
He was never going to be our saviour. It was always going to be an option. The way Kieftenbeld and Gardner have played, that they've been superb together this season. Davis coming back fit was an option, to rotate and to freshen up if we needed be. He wasn't going to come in and score 10 goals and create 20 between now and the end of the season.
No, that physical presence.
I don't think that was ever anybody's expectation, but it's good to have an ability to freshen up. Unfortunately, it doesn't look 100% ready, 100% match fit. In the games we needed him, we needed to play him against Hull because we didn't want to rest Kieftenbeld, and we obviously needed to play him yesterday because of
Steve Gill says he thinks Dr. Mike's on 9 yellows at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, if that's the case, then I'm sure he'll play tomorrow if he's available. Yeah.
Wednesday.
Sorry.
Tomorrow, mate.
No, I'll do my best. I'm going Moors tomorrow, so yeah.
Oh yeah. Do they play the weekend?
Yeah, they lost 1-0 at
didn't they?
Salford, which
Salford,
is
yeah.
unfortunate, but still very much in the hunt for promotion.
Definitely.
Still in the playoff place.
It would be brilliant to see that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be fantastic for them, yeah.
Blues 2, Millwall 0, says Mick Greaves.
Marvellous. And then, of course, we've got Preston on Saturday.
Yeah, that's going to be
Monday.
a tough game. That is, obviously 5,500 plus Blues fans is an incredible following. But on the pitch, they're playing with a lot of confidence at the moment. They're pretty strong at home. Beat Norwich at home this season recently, which not many people are beating Norwich at the moment. So it'll be a really tough test. A tough test of the players, which will be third game in 6 days. So obviously depending on what happens on Wednesday night, injuries, suspensions, whatever, at least you've got the likes of you look at the bench now and people can come in and we don't look a hell of a lot weaker, which is what was happening around October, November time. But yeah, it'll be a tough game on Saturday against Preston, definitely.
Quite a few people saying about Craig Garner and his legs gone. Will he do another season?
His leg. You say his leg's gone. He got himself into the perfect area. In your legs. Sometimes your legs might go when you're older.
I don't think
but
that's
I
how
always
his legs
remember.
going.
I always remember Kevin Phillips. Would come to us at like 36, 37, whatever he did. Sometimes your brain tells you, as an experienced pro footballer, your brain tells you where to be. And Gardner got into the perfect position twice. He just couldn't put them away. The first one, he looks like he's tried to absolutely leather it into the back of the net, as though like he can't miss. And in doing so, he's leant back and it's gone over the top. Yeah. And then the second one, the header, what an opportunity that is. A free header, 6 yards out. Grealish has done it for them. The opportunity. This might be your last ever Blues Villa derby. And your free header 6 yards out in injury time. The script is written for you. He couldn't put it away, unfortunately.
Do we know anything on Collins' injury? We don't know whether he's.
It was a hamstring.
Okay, so that could be a couple of weeks.
Which isn't normally 7 to 10 days. It's normally a bit longer than that.
He's not going to.
I wouldn't expect him to be back for Millwall or Preston.
No.
But then obviously you've got the international break, so there's a bit of time between Preston and the next one.
Yep, Steve Ward beat Millwall, draw at Preston. Be really happy with that. I think Millwall would.
You'd take that all day long for me. Yeah.
And Lisa Bourne, why not Shea and Vazan play along the deck? Throwing it high is becoming a little predictable, and the long ball as well again Saturday didn't work. Sunday didn't work, did it?
The long ball didn't work for anybody because of the winds. It was
terrible.
It was going nowhere. You couldn't predict or control anything. The amount of goal kicks that went out of play and things like that. We've had a lot of joy from it this season, and you got someone strong like Djukovic and Adams up front. Even if they don't win it properly, a little knockdown, a deflection here or there, if you get bodies around it. It can do good things for us, but the last couple of games, yesterday especially, like I said, Tyrone Mings was outstanding in the air, unfortunately, and he got the better of Juki on most occasions in the air. And I think the Bolton game as well at home, I think we went a little bit too straight and a little bit too direct in that one, and Bolton have got big players and they dealt with the aerial battles quite well. And I think Millwall are a pretty similar team. I don't think they'll mind an aerial battle here or there. So yeah, you want to try and be a little bit more creative. I think Mahoney did that in the short space that he was on against Villa yesterday. If he starts again, hopefully he can do a little bit more of that.
Right, for quick fire questions. Right, there's going to be 5 of them. Our next 5 games from Matt Brown. How many points do you think we'll get out of them? Here we go. Are you ready? Birmingham, Millwall.
3.
Preston, Birmingham.
Still 3.
West Bromwich Albion, Birmingham.
Still 3.
Birmingham, Leeds.
Oh dear. 4.
Birmingham, Sheffield United.
This is bleak, isn't it? 5.
So 5 points out of the next 5 games. We'll hold him to that, and come the time we play Sheffield United, which is on the 10th of April 2019 at 19:45.
I'll tell you what, it makes Wednesday massive, because that's a tough run now.
Yep.
After that, Preston away, Albion away, Leeds at home, Sheffield at home. That is a tough run. But we've won away at Leeds this year.
Well, Mark Yates is saying 10.
That's a lot.
Ray BCFC says, Chris, can I have some of what you're smoking? And Jay Racy agrees with 5. Yes, Chris.
We do have the official Excessi Blues draw.
Here we go.
Ready. And my assistant is coming round to the other side of the studio with his balls.
Only one of them.
It's a very large ball, isn't it?
It's an official accessible.
It's a crystal ball. A crystal ball.
You can do it.
Yeah, you're right from there. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
I'm going to take that one there, and it is not number 42, which was my number. It is number 48. 48.
I'll check that in a second and I'll get it on.
Okey-dokey. You should have that already. Bad for radio, that is really, isn't it?
Can't do everything.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
48.
48 is Tracy somebody.
Tracy.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, hang on. My phone will come the right way up. Tracy Cooper.
Tracy Cooper, congratulations to you. You've won a signed Birmingham City annual.
Whoa,
And
nice.
while we're taking this little interlude, can I just name check Charlie? I was talking to some of my mates at work today. I'm afraid a bit of banter about the game. And she's a big blues fan.
Flan?
Blues fan. Yeah, she's a big blues fan.
I love a big
and
blues
I
fan.
mentioned that I might be on the Tilton Talk Show tonight, and she said, "Oh, listen to that." So I said, "I'll give you a name check."
Well, there you go,
tonight."
Charlie.
So-
You've had your name check and another one. Go on, give her 3.
Big blues flan, Charlie.
Blues flan.
Yeah. Oh, shall we come in next week with a flan?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Blues fan.
That'd be big.
Shall we do the other competition then?
Gotta
We
be
do the
big.
other competition now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can you get the trophy over there? My assistant is now proceeding to the side of the studio
I don't know.
with the Tilton Talk Cup.
Cool, there's some names in there.
Chris Pugh
While you're doing
is
that, Chris
taking
McKenzie's
out
going for
the
8
draw.
points, was a 9. Ian Clayton's 7.
And the winner is
It's Craig Coates.
Craig Coates. Always
Congratulations to you.
KNP bloke, I think, isn't he? Is he
Yes.
KNP
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah,
Well
yeah.
done, Craig.
So Craig Coates, a big bag of goodies will be winging its way to you very shortly. Stephen Gill, do you think Greg Gardner will leave in the summer?
I don't know what I was going to say.
It wouldn't surprise me. I think it a lot depends, obviously, on stipulations on what our transfer activity is allowed to be. If we're not allowed to buy people again, then we might want to keep hold of him for another year. But yeah, he's not a starter anymore. Probably 4th choice central midfielder at the moment with Gary Gardner in the squad. So yeah, possibly.
I'll go back onto the 5 games. Sorry, there is number 48 to confirm, by the way. There you go. You can have that back, sir. So, it's all right, I'll drop it there. And Linda Mangler says we play better against the good teams, which we have done all season, haven't we?
Like I said, we've
kind of
beat
lift our
Leeds
game a
away,
bit.
and we got a point at Sheffield United
We
away.
beat Leeds at home and away, didn't we?
We haven't played Leeds at home.
Have we?
Yet. No.
Oh, no, we haven't. No.
5, yeah.
Yes, no, beg your pardon. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, a lot of times this season we have raised our game and surprised a few teams, but I think the second time around's a little bit more difficult, and clearly you've got Leeds and Sheffield United going for the biggest prize of them all, so yeah, it'll be tough. And Albion as well.
Back to the reaction for the points. David Curry, bring them on. 11 points. Tommy Gill would be 6 to 9. Would be happy.
6 to 9.
Paul Sargent says 10. 10 points from them games.
10.
Well, let's wait and see. Kev Kelly says that ball used to contain Lender chocolates. Is that correct?
It did, yeah.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go. Well
Who
spotted,
gave us
Kevin.
those?
Well
Oh no, I
spotted,
gave it
Kevin.
to my wife. That's right. Yeah. That was a Christmas present.
And I'm not going to talk about the GoFundMe page. There we go.
Apparently, it's been
Andy Lloyd says
taken
we're going to
down.
win 5 in a row. Woo! Steady on, chap. Steady on. Birmingham City, mate. Millwall got Brighton in the FA Cup Sunday. Might rest a few players, possibly? Question mark.
No, I think they've realised where their bread's buttered and they need to stay in this division. If they think they can take some up from us, I can't see them resting people. Certainly not.
Yeah, and Steve Portman's just sent me a message. Thank everybody for their contribution to Excessive Blues, please, guys. Thank you very much. Each and every single one of you contributed towards that, and then also congratulations to Tracy.
And a bit of money raised as well. There you go.
No, don't know.
Talking of money raised, well done to the guys with the buckets for the Justice for the 21
yeah.
Yeah,
on Sunday,
yeah, that was brilliant.
which a certain national newspaper decided to describe as a protest, which
Oh, right,
the
okay.
police had to restrain.
Name the paper.
You won't be surprised.
Oh, son.
The
Sun.
police had
scum?
their hands full because they had to go and sort out a protest by the Justice for the 21 campaign. Once they'd calmed that down, they could go and help elsewhere, apparently.
Oh, also, a big well done to the fundraiser at the Bawdsley. I believe they.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Birmingham Homeless Support Team were there.
Brilliant.
stuff.
Brilliant.
And we'll come to the BHST in a minute. Now, Steve Portman has now just confirmed that he raised £245
Whoa,
on that.
that's
on
pretty
that.
good.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
good,
really
that
good.
is, yeah.
And I did say I'd see him on Sunday and give him a £5. And I saw him on Sunday and give him a £5.
You did give
I
him
did
a
give him a
fiver.
£5.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yeah. So it's not that it could have been 250.
Look
it
at
was
you,
245.
Steve.
Yeah, I've never seen a fiver.
Ray
come in that
Humber wants to
bucket.
know if the assistant is the Phantom Flamflinger. Phantom Flamflinger.
Yeah, we should dress him up actually,
No
because
idea
you
what that
never
is.
see him.
Never,
Never
no
seen
idea
him.
what you're talking about. Sorry.
No, of course we wouldn't. Oops,
Yes, go on.
I fell on it.
An
Oh,
accident.
you fell on it.
So
Okay.
sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, that means I fell on it.
Matt Wilkes, minus 7 points after the deduction, and 9 points for Wendy Mills. That's quite good. Quite good. I'm going to have to turn messages off when I'm on here because I can't do two things at once.
Been up to,
Kev Kelly says there will be a decent turnover of players next season. Kev, I think that all depends on what
If we're allowed to,
restrictions that
yeah,
are
of
put on us
course,
again,
yeah.
isn't it, you know.
Listen, if we go back to whatever happens, if it's effectively back to scratch, I can see there being quite a bit of movement, and I can see him back in Monk this summer.
Yeah.
Because assuming we're allowed to, he's bloody well earned it.
Yeah,
he's
very
earned
much so.
he's earned the opportunity to build his own squad there.
Yeah, and Kev French says, there goes Nick's memory again, Kevin. If only you knew. If only you knew. If you don't send me to the shop without a list, I'll come back with a cattle grid, I promise you. Craig Courtney's going 10 points for the next 5 games. And David Curran wants to know, will the points deduction be sorted out by next Monday? David, it's gone on that long, we just haven't
You tell
got a
me,
clue.
David.
Well, we just have to wait for the Sun to report.
It'll be done when Blues decide it's going to be
when
done.
the sun decides. Yeah.
Lucy Williams, I just want the rest of this season to run smooth. Lucy, are you really a Blues fan? I'll put that into question.
Nothing ever runs
Nothing ever
smooth.
runs smooth.
It's very important to remember, and if you've got children, tell them this.
Don't
From your Uncle Chris, nothing nice ever happens in life.
No.
So just be prepared for utter pure misery for the rest of your sad, lonely days.
But we love pure misery. at the
Yeah,
Blues. We
bring
love
it
pure
on.
misery.
Bring
It's
it
in our
all
blood.
on.
It's in our blood. We don't care.
I've had pure misery since 1973. Oh, dear me.
Lisa Bunger says, where I live has a licence to grow cannabis. I think we'll go up automatically. As subliminal.
Where does she live, do you know?
Chris Pugh, would you rather shake Greasy's hand or jump out of a plane?
Oh, what a question! That's a question of the night. Brilliant. Whose is that? Whose is that?
Poor girl, who else?
I'd rather jump out of a plane
Ooh,
It doesn't say
with
that you can't
no
have an
parachute
It doesn't say that you can't have
from 40,000 feet.
well done, Paul. Well done.
Oh, dear me, dear me, dear me. What a question. How did he come up with that one? Absolutely brilliant.
There's no contest. It's the easiest answer I've ever had to give.
Adam Wilkes, I don't know the answer to your question. Has any team had an embargo back-to-back seasons? I don't know.
No, not to my knowledge. Like I say, I think your hope, whatever happens, if they throw the book at us and give us 12 points, whatever happens, just allow us to be a normal football club again next season. Do you know what I mean? In the summer, just give us that opportunity to say, well, fair enough. We've done wrong. You've punished us. Let's all move on. And we, from scratch, give us the chance to compete again and be a proper club.
Right, okay, I'm going to read this out. Now, Steve Charlie Chesters is a personal friend of mine. Yep.
Right.
And he was at the game Saturday.
Okay.
And I know that if he's written this, yeah,
Yeah.
it is true about Justice for the 21. Rubbish. Justice for the 21 were not protesting just 4 collection buckets around the ground.
Yeah,
The police
we know.
were that concerned, they put the coins in that they had been thrown before the game, and that's a fact.
Yeah. Well,
Steve,
we
thanks
all-
ever so much for clearing it
Yeah,
up. mate.
listen,
Yeah.
Top man.
it's
That's the gentleman that
It's
I stand with
deplorable.
toe to toe every Remembrance Sunday.
okay.
And as somebody said earlier, I think we should ban the sun, as they do in Liverpool. I think we
It's
should.
another example of deplorable nonsense
Poor-
lies.
It's poor journalism. It's not even.
It's just
can't even
it's not
say-
poor journalism. It's lies.
Yeah.
It's just blatant, defamatory lies.
Yep, it's pathetic.
Listen to this. Is it me, or does Nick Spores sound like Nick Meanwell from the old BR&B late night romantic hour? Big hit with the ladies, no doubt.
Yeah, you could do that
Yes, I could do that.
30.
Night hour.
for all you lovers out there. Yeah, you could do that.
I've no idea what you're
No, no,
talking
you're-
about.
no.
I just about cling on to a small, tiny memory of BRMB, let alone someone who was on it.
Steve Ward, would you tandem jump out of a plane strapped to Grealish?
No.
Why?
I don't want to be within 15 yards of him.
Martin Ward, my son is 5. He loves the misery. Way to go.
I hope so.
Way to go.
Learn to relish it, that's what I was saying.
Okay,
No, what happens to the voice,
The Sun is
actually,
officially
genuinely?
banned by all Tilton Talk listeners.
Who, sorry?
The Sun. It's
Yeah.
officially banned by
Yeah,
all,
let's have a campaign. I don't read it anyway.
by
I'll never
all
read it.
Tilton
Never
Talk
read it.
listeners.
Never read it.
Yeah, the voice goes down 2 octaves after I've been to a game and screaming this other bit. I wish I could keep it like this sometimes. It might earn me some money.
Mine's just gone. Mine just has gone squeaky all day. That's the
And mine was
trouble.
squeaky yesterday.
It's just no control over it.
Yeah, Greasy does enough dives without jumping out of a plane.
Don't get me started again.
No, we'll leave the plane for today. Dennis says, "Can I pay for the plane, please?" I think he was on
More
about
than
one
welcome to,
from
yeah.
40,000 feet with no parachute. To
Yeah.
be perfectly honest with you. So, Dave Moore, interesting question. This one: if the embargo is lifted, do we try to keep any of the loan signings?
Well, you've only really, who have you got
Let's
on
go
loan?
through the lot.
Gary?
Let's go through.
Gary, yeah.
Who else is on loan?
I don't know, to be
That's
fair.
a question, Ali. Is that
Who else is on loan?
So,
I'm sure listeners will tell us who else is on loan. Whilst we'll wait for that, Stephen Gill, when are the Blues ladies playing next, please?
31st of March, ridiculously, which is Arsenal at home. The club announced earlier on this morning that they were playing a behind closed doors friendly against PSG today. So, which was I thought was a bit harsh. They could have actually made some money out of that, because I know PSG are a big side in the women's game, and as they are in the men's game. But a lot of people would have paid decent money to go and see that, actually.
And when was that? Was that today?
That was today.
Well, I
Yeah.
picture they couldn't have done that yesterday and opened up.
Yesterday wouldn't have been
Oh, no,
wise, would it? But
no.
yeah. But PSG have got a Champions League game against Chelsea coming up, so I think they wanted an English side to play against in some sort of preparation, but it would have been good to be able to go and see that one. But
Lucy Williams says, I agree, it'll be a clean slate next season. Let us be a club again. Let us
Yeah, I hope
get
so.
to where we get on our own merits.
yeah, and that's all you want, really, isn't it? You want to finish where you deserve to finish, not be somewhere for non-football reasons. But
Mahoney and Gardner are the
Only Gardner, so only 2 on
oh,
loan.
Mahoney,
sure,
of course,
yeah.
Mahoney.
Adam Wilkes, Chris Pugh, what's BRMB?
I haven't. I think it's a radio station.
It was a radio
Yeah.
station.
Yeah.
and no one know what it stands for.
Birmingham Radio Medium Wave.
No.
That's no.
BRMW.
No.
Birmingham Radio.
It'll be a mystery.
Who cares?
No, it's not there anymore anyway.
Yeah. Sorry.
Not there.
Sorry, Tom.
Gardner's on loan, yeah, and Mahoney, so
Yeah.
we've established that now.
I would look to keep Gary. I think he's done
Yeah.
enough. If you can get him
think
for,
it'd be a bigger loss.
if you can get him for 5 million or less, I think it's worth going in for.
5 million.
Yeah,
How old is he?
mid-20s.
20, yeah.
I think you've got
24,
another 5 years in him.
Ian Clayton says, moving on, then would you bring Keita back?
No.
No. Wendy Mills, Wendy, who's going to be controversial, 31st of March is Mother's Day.
No, it is.
Take your mothers to the football.
Campy's on loan.
No,
He's not.
not true.
No.
I don't know, to be fair.
Not true.
Mark one wants to get Czech and Doy back. We need a playmaker and centre mid.
Next.
Never a week goes by without him being mentioned. And nobody's mentioned Hotter Chocolate yet, have they?
They have.
thank
I've seen
God.
it. It's been going that quick. I have seen it.
Oh, you have?
I have seen it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Anthony Lloyd would keep Mahoney.
Depends how much for, because he's still a young kid and he's a Bournemouth player. There's no reason why they'd sell him dirt cheap. So I think it really depends how much their asking price is for him. He hasn't started every game for us. If the asking price is around 10 million, that's a lot for someone who hasn't played every game all this season and has been in and out. But I'm not saying he wouldn't be worth asking about, but for the right price and My worry is that a Premier League club will be asking a little bit too much.
And Andrew Crash has just cleared up the BRMB acronym. The original station name BRMB was not an acronym, contrary to popular belief. Some believed it stood for Birmingham Radio Midlands Broadcasting. Instead, the original company, Birmingham Broadcasting Limited, wanted something that combined a US-style call with the company name, e.g. Birmingham BRM and Broadcasting B.
True.
BRMB.
Well done. Saves me having to explain
Not
it.
blues related.
Because I didn't remember it.
No, hang on, they used to.
I just-
He just Googled it.
Just found it.
Was
He
it?
just Googled it.
You Googled it.
Yeah. Martin Ward.
I'm
goes-
glad-
Do you know what?
I think
am
that's Andrew
glad
Cash's
we've got
own-
to the bottom of that.
I think
I
that's
mean,
In the week that we're begging for people to vote for us for best podcast.
Well, we haven't mentioned.
We're
that
gonna come to
tonight,
that.
have we? Mentioned it even tonight. How carried away have we been tonight? Yes, the annual podcasts are back on again.
Yeah.
2 categories we've entered into this year. They are, Mrs. Brown,
They are Best Podcast
best podcast
and Best Social Content.
provider.
A social account, was
Best
it?
social account. That's what I
Right,
said.
okay.
Sorry.
So there you are. If you could get on Twitter and or Facebook, find out where those links are.
Yeah.
And we've just done a little promotional video, which we'll play at the end.
It's probably the only chance that Birmingham, you're going to see something come back to Birmingham City, a trophy.
Well, you never know. You never know. We nearly won it last year.
Yeah.
And
They were
then
robbed.
fell out with the Ruddock.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's
Razor.
back on TV again, isn't
robbed.
he? Him and
I don't watch TV.
Harry Redknapp, crying out loud.
Oh, the dream team.
Lindsay Phillips, and the clocks go forwards on Mother's Day. Ooh, it's all happening on Mother's Day, isn't it, eh?
Martin Ward, 5 million. Going back to Gardner. No way.
5 million.
Interesting.
And is Hotter worth the 7 million we paid for him?
Yes.
7 million, reckon?
Yes.
Well, Kev Kelly's saying Villa want 3 to 4 million for Gardner.
Well, you'd pay that.
Ian Clayton's camp 3-year deal. Would you have Grounds back? Not for me.
No.
No.
No. These are the players that we're all waiting to get rid of off the wage bill. You know what I mean? Then there's no way you're bringing them back. If they're not in this squad, then why you wouldn't want to bring them back? If they're not good enough to be part of this squad, then they're not coming back. You can
Question
say
from-
that about goalkeepers
Question
as well.
from Adrian Howes. Is Hotter worth the 7 million we
You
paid
said
for
that,
him?
yeah. Too much.
Yeah.
You'd say yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think
definitely.
And
What can you buy for 7 million nowadays, footballer wise? Someone who can create.
a good player.
because Tony Butler used
Not
to
sure.
be RMB. I think Tony Butler be RMB Sport.
George Gavin.
Yeah, George Gavin, yeah.
was-
George Gavin, yeah,
George
yeah.
Gavin, yeah.
Yeah.
Gary Gardner, 2.5 million, no more.
And Mark Yates, I heard Hotter's deal to Sheffield United depend on promotion. For them, it may explain why he has gone soft in the tackle.
He hasn't gone soft in the tackle.
Interesting question from Linda. How many votes can we have? I've done it once.
Keep trying.
Keep trying.
Yeah, I've done a few.
20,000.
Go on Instagram, go on our site as well. Do it on that
Tweet
one.
it on Twitter.
Twitter, I think you can do 2 or 3. Yeah, no problem.
Here we are.
No harm in trying, is there?
Oh, you've been pulled up here, Mrs. Brown. You've been pulled up.
Hang on,
Steve
do I
Portman
have to
says,
get this?
Obsessive Blues nearly won the Fans for Diversity Award.
Oh, right, yeah.
But we didn't bring ours home either. But we'd love to. It'd be nice to have it on the table, sitting there.
Oh, yeah. Any award.
Martin Ward, Mr. Fun loves Hotter. I just don't see what he does.
Oh, Chris Pierre or
It's
Arthur?
not a lot I do. It's not a great deal I do, to be fair. He's the only player, maybe with the exception of Marabti and Mahoney, but he's the main player that people are fearful of in our side. Apart from the obvious Adams, but Adams finishes the chances. Somebody's got to create the chances for Adams, and the one player on our side that every other team will fear having possession of the football is Hotter.
Right, okay. Benji Smith, would you have Stockdale back?
Well, absolutely. Do you know, we started this show, and I with the most ludicrous suggestions that other people were making about our football club. And with 4 minutes to go, someone asks the most ludicrous question.
I'm I'm just here to ask those questions.
Would I want the
just
man?
answer the question,
Would
then.
I want the man who's been eating his way through pies on 40 grand a week for the last year and a half, doing nothing, to come back into the first team squad when he's scrapping away, fighting at every other Blues fan on Twitter, being a little baby?
So the answer is no, I take it.
What type of pie?
You haven't answered. You haven't answered.
You'll have to ask him on Twitter, and then he'll argue with you,
Would
and
you?
eventually he might block you.
Would you take Stockdale back? Yes or no?
I would drive Stockdale to the furthest depths of Mordor.
Next question, Adrian Glenn.
Chuck him into the volcano that he once came from.
Your thoughts on the Morrison Dean partnership, and do you think Robert should be in the team when fully fit?
Sorry, repeat the question. There's lunacy going on next door.
Adrian Glenn, thoughts on the Morrison Dean partnership, and do you think Robert should be in the team when fully fit?
No, I'm for me, Morrison Dean is the best centre half partnership. I'm happy enough with it.
Martin Ward going back onto Hotter. I think this is about Hotter anyway. Oh, I've lost it again now. Damn, he always wears gloves. Blah blah blah.
Oh, here we
Never
go.
tackles, wears
Oh
gloves.
no! Oh no!
It's warm.
Footballer wears gloves. Shock.
He's a tit.
Oh, pull out the firing squad. A footballer has the audacity to wear gloves. Never heard anything like it in all my life.
Oh, he's got to go.
Well, I don't know whether anybody had noticed, but we didn't do our last 15 minutes today because I
on.
wasn't up for it. I
Get in there.
wasn't in the mood. Wasn't in the mood. Me and Clayton heard Stockton had pokes through fast pay. Don't know what that means.
Idea.
Don't know what it means.
Apparently, you didn't make your thoughts too clear about Stockdale.
Yeah. Should I make it a little bit more obvious?
Well, you didn't say yes and you didn't say no.
I would not be privy to allowing David Stockdale back into the first team squad.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh. Mark Yates, why can't some fans get over the fact Stockdale is not going to play?
Do you know what? That's a really good question. That's a superb question. I've no idea. I've no idea why people have a mad obsession with the bloke. If he was an excellent goalkeeper, then I'd sort of understand people's desire to have him back. But he's as bang average as everything else. And I nearly went there. And he's not really a very nice person.
Okay. Right. So summed it up really, hasn't it?
Sorry.
Don't be.
That's
Get it
just-
off your chest.
That's just how
That's
I
what
feel
Monday-
right now.
Monday nights are solely for you to get these things off your chest so that you have a stress-free week.
It's cheaper than a psychologist, isn't it?
Lisa Bond Hotter is our dead ball specialist until he kicks it.
Oh, the outrage. The absolute outrage.
Lisa Bunny's our new comedian. And
Mr. Pun's getting blocked and reported.
Thanks to my brother Lee for being with us throughout the show this evening. It's been a bit of a difficult one, but we got there. Blimey, where has time gone? It's beaten us again. 2 games now before we meet again next Monday. Let's
Big
just
game.
hope for some points on
Huge
the board.
Wednesday.
I'm going to do my absolute level best to get there Wednesday. Logistically, it's very difficult sometimes, but I will try. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for all your comments. It's been absolutely hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds tonight. Yes, Chris, off you go.
just quickly, if you're into your speedway, don't forget to tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m.
Speedway.
Got 3 very, very, very good guests on tomorrow.
That's the Speedway show. It's just an hour of people pretending to be motorbikes.
Brilliant.
What a show.
What a way to
You'll love it, guys. Tune in.
what a way to end the show on a little bit of fun, a little bit of
You've got to
light-hearted
come and
comedy.
watch the Speedway match now. After
I have been to the Speedway. to be fair.
I haven't been to one, so I will go. If I get the opportunity. Thanks to each and every single one of you for your contributions tonight. Don't forget, let's let's not have any repeats or stupidity come Wednesday night.
I don't think you will.
I don't think you will, but please. You can see what it's done to me already this weekend. Okay. Thanks ever so much for each and every one of you. Thanks to all the people that said hello to me in and around St Andrews on Sunday. Really nice to meet up with all of you. And let's hope for a win on Wednesday.
Drop me that.
And a win next Saturday away at 6 points would do, and then we'll all be in a good mood again come next Monday. This has been the Tilton Talk Show. Crispy, thank you so much for your contribution.
Pleasure, thank you.
And the way you've kept level-headed.
I always try my best.
Mrs. Brown. And, what's his name?
That'll do.
Yeah. It's good enough for me, yeah.
What's his name?
GA.
Michael,
GA. I was thinking of AJ and everything, every kind of other acronym, like, you know. GA, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And good luck with the Speedway show, guys. All the very best. Take care. Love you all. See you next week.